Productivity is the efficiency of production of goods or services expressed by some measure. And if you are always changing that measure, of course you're going to overwhelm yourself. In today's episode, we are going to explore ways that you can be productive and avoid burnout. So let's get started. Hold on, I'm interrupting this episode to introduce to you the new ebook Healing from Burnout, Your Guide to Renewed Energy and Well-being. Are you tired of feeling constantly drained and overwhelmed by the demands of modern life? It's time to reclaim your energy, find your inner peace, and embark on a journey towards healing and self discovery. Dive into my interactive ebook, Healing from Burnout, and embark on a transformative journey that will help you learn holistic healing by exploring a range of holistic approaches from mindfulness and meditation to self care practices that will rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. Create personalized solutions, tailor your healing journey with interactive exercises and strategies designed to suit your individual needs and lifestyle. Find your path forward. Chart your course towards a balanced, fulfilled life with expert insights, actionable tips, and a roadmap for long lasting change. There's also bonus access, downloadable audio guided meditation, insightful journaling prompts, and a powerful visualizations and hypnosis for ongoing transformation and encouragement. Say goodbye to burnout and hello to a vibrant, purpose filled life. Don't miss out on the chance to transform your well being. Get on the waiting list to get your copy of Healing from Burnout and take your first step towards a healthier, happier you. You will be the first to be notified when the ebook goes live, and you will have access to exclusive bonuses. Act now and reclaim your life. Click the link in the show notes to start your journey to healing and well being. Hello, welcome to another episode of the Mindful Introvert podcast. This podcast helps you to get inspiration to manifest a life in alignment with your true, confident, and intuitive being. I'm Jo from mindfulintrovert.com, an inner peace and abundance coach, and my purpose here is really to help you slow down, look inwards, and create a more peaceful life by learning to trust your intuition and exploring your spirituality at a soul level. Ready to be empowered? Let's get on with the episode. So now that we have defined productivity, it's only fair that we define burnout as well. And according to Mental Health UK, burnout is a state of physical and emotional exhaustion. And it can occur when you experience long-term stress, such as working at a stressful job. And some of the signs of burnout can be that you're feeling tired or drained most of the time, you feel helpless, lost, trapped, and or defeated. So we really want to avoid feeling this way. And I know that for some people that like me that are empaths, that are highly sensitive people that get overstimulated over the day, it can really impact our mental health and the levels of productivity. I know that I'm way more productive when I take not constant, but like often. I often take breaks. I go and remove myself from the environment that I'm working in, and I move my body. I drink water, um, and that is just something that I can do to increase my productivity. But it's counterintuitive because we think, oh, in order to be productive, we need to produce more because essentially that's what it is, right? You're more productive when you produce more. But in order for you to produce more, you're not a machine. Obviously, if you increase the hours that a machine is working, yes, it will be more productive, but you're not a machine. So you have human needs, physical needs, mental needs that need to be met. And so you need to take those into account when you are measuring your productivity and understanding your strategies to become motivated and to become productive, essentially. So Burnout really can creep in when we are unaware of these scenarios and these strategies that can increase our productivity, and we just go 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 go. And on today's episode, I really wanted to give you some tips on productivity, some tips on mindset, and how to have a self-care routine that is really going to help you um, outweigh and counterbalance, I don't even know if that's the word, the effects of always being on the go. Because that attitude of always being on the go was basically how we were raised to believe that we needed to be. It's a very um, male energy realm where, and I will explain the differences between this male, the masculine, and the not male, the masculine and the feminine energy that we all have within us, and that we can really use to our benefit in this situation where we want to be more productive. But what I mean by this is that commonly most CEOs are men. I don't really know the percentage right now. Maybe that's something that I can add to the show notes. But we have been learning that CEOs, big company guys, corporate guys, financial world guys are men, because they usually tend to be more in their masculine energy, a very assertive energy, a very go, 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 solving problems type of energy. Um, and that is very confident and very directional and rational and cognitive. So that is more of a masculine energy. And more of a feminine energy is more of a surrendering, is more of a not necessarily take orders, but maybe following, in the sense of it's like responding to a more assertive energy that is a little bit more overpowering. And this feminine energy, as I said, everyone has within them masculine, feminine. Um, but it can be, I wouldn't say comfortable, but it can be, sometimes people are unaware that they are in their feminine energy. And so they don't step in their true powers and their true potential. And because when they do, they act on a very powerful and strong feminine energy. And that's how we see a lot of people uh, do what we call easy work, where they're not struggling, they're passionate about things, and they succeed because they live their passion. And that is a very non resistant way to create success. Because when we think about the masculine energy, we think about climbing the corporate ladder, working very long and hard hours, sacrificing family life, sacrificing hobbies, sacrificing our health, all of those uh, situations where we see a more predominant masculine energy, because is with a goal in mind and a very strategic way to achieve that goal. Whereas a feminine energy is more, yes, you still have a goal, you still have an outcome that you want to accomplish, but at the same time is you believe and you trust and you surrender to the universe, outside sources, you ask for help, you work as a team, you believe that it's not just on you, and that you can release the pressure of achieving it at a certain time, at a certain, a certain way, and you allow these external sources and energy sources to come in and really help you get there. And you release the outcome. That's what it is. You release any resistance around it. And not to say that it is effortless or easy, because sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a lot of emotional turmoil, whereas a masculine energy goes more with the difficulties of rational difficulties, meaning that the obstacles that come in their way are much more in this 3D world, whereas feminine energy is a little bit more of an emotional turmoil, type of obstacle that come in their way. So these are really the differences that, from my perspective, are excuse me, are having people uh, succeed and struggle as well. And so, how can we uh, know exactly what situation is beneficial for us to step in one energy or the other? So, I would say excuse me, this comes with a lot of um, emotional intelligence and also emotional fitness, meaning that it comes with you understanding what the situation requires from you. And at the same time, it requires you not having been in that situation for the first time, because sometimes we're in the situation for the first time. It becomes difficult for us to make an assessment and almost position ourselves in a way that we can have different perspectives, um, and just observe from the outside. So that can be very difficult. So I would say is really important to have awareness of how you're feeling, what you're thinking, what is required of you, when is required of you, if there is a timeline and a certain deadline that you need to meet. And at the same time is, okay, is it beneficial for me to be more assertive and take control in the situation, or is it beneficial for me to release resistance and welcome help from external uh, sources, or ask for help? So with this, when you challenge and you take yourself out of the picture almost, and really understand what's most beneficial for you, that's how you get motivated to tackle whatever comes your way, and you have way more resilience. And in order for you to have this awareness, you need to be mindful, and in order for you to be mindful, you really need to be practicing to be in silence, to be receiving insights from your unconscious mind. So, this, what I'm just describing, is more of a feminine energy of receiving, of surrendering. So, maybe it can be beneficial for you to be in your feminine energy before you take that action. And then, when you take the action, you are in your masculine energy. And being balancing these two. So, you take action, then you need to be in your feminine energy again to receive more insights, to receive more moments to be creative in order to understand what's the best action. So you're not just always taking action, 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 and you're not always on the assertive mindset, because then you will become overwhelmed and you will become stressed. Or you will just become detached from the rest of your life and from the emotional side of your life. And I'm sure that if you're here, that's exactly what you do not want. So, yeah, it's understanding the strategy that it works for you. So, in practical terms, let's say you have a big project at work that you need to give in, to submit to your boss, and it's a creative process, or even if it's not a creative process, even if it's a boring financial report, you really need to step in that feminine energy before you start doing it, where you need to maybe take 5-10 minutes, where you just breathe and you do a meditation, or you journal, you do a brain dump of the things that are troubling your mind. Will I get this done in time? Will I get to see my family tonight? Because I have to do this all night. Will I get to sleep at all? You just release all of those anxieties and stress and worries on the paper, doing a brain dump. And then, after you process your fears, after you process your emotions, you go ahead and you take action. If you even have time, go for a walk, eat outside, do something outside that is going to help you bringing that clarity. If it's in nature, even better. You'll get the nature energy that is very healing and very amazing to have creativity and renew your energy, take away your worries and give you motivation. So is being in your feminine energy before you have to be in your masculine energy and in your go, 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 go. When you're in the flow, you are not distracted by anything. You're just completely focused and completely in the moment and doing what you need to do. So, all of this balance you can practice. You can practice and you can tell yourself, okay, what type of energy am I in at the moment? And then if it's not the appropriate type, you can do things to change it. You can do the physical aspects that I was saying to change it. So it's welcoming, receiving, um, and allowing things to be as they are. If you're afraid, let the fear exist. Accept that fear and work with the fear, because people have the idea that being in the masculine energy is being fearless. I wouldn't say that. I think being in the masculine energy in that sense can also be very equal to being in your strong feminine, where you are afraid, but you still do it because you believe that it will be okay, that you will be okay at the end of this, and you surrender to that fear and you don't allow it to take over you and take just proportions that are not realistic and that are not beneficial for you. So yes, that's the my definition and my idea of feminine and masculine energy. And then to increase productivity, I would really say um, doing things like this. So being aware of the type of energy that you need to be in and really prioritizing tasks. I always have three priorities in my day. And then if I can add some more, I add some more. But before I do anything else, those three priorities need to be achieved. And then I set deadlines, or I set blocks of time that I have to do that task. And this I'm still trying to figure out, because I'm still either giving, usually is too little time to complete that task, and then that creates a little bit of an overwhelm because I feel like I'm not being productive and I'm not again, it's the measure that is disproportionate. It's is not a good measure for me to have. And then I would say setting those deadlines are important, but at the same time, have them be somewhat flexible, so you are not, or be realistic. So you're not completely fooling yourself and you are pressuring yourself unnecessarily. And then avoid multitasking. This is something that can really have you distract yourself. And if you're writing an email at the same time you're answering the phone, at the same time you're trying to talk to a coworker, it's just way too much. So if you are doing multiple things, it's fine, but do that thing one at a time. Really avoid having your brain jump from one thing to the other, to the other, to the other, because that's how intrusive thoughts begin. That's how you are teaching your brain to continuously stay in an alert state, and that is exactly how you reach burnout. And so then I would say take breaks. Take as many breaks as you feel like you need to have you regain that state of focus and that motivation. And if you feel like you're taking more breaks than the actual work that you're doing, reevaluate if the work that you're doing is completely in alignment for you. Because I can tell you that is exactly why I have, not just why, but one of the reasons why I have decided to quit my job. it was because I could always think, the only thing I could think is, when is my next break? When can I take a break? Maybe now I can go to the bathroom just to have 5 minutes. And it's it's and or I was always thinking, when can I have my holiday, my time off? When can I get out of here? So it was always, yes, I was focusing on the task ahead, but I was always just looking forward for that break and looking forward for that moment where it was just for me, that I was controlling things the way I wanted to them to control. So that job was not in alignment for me. It was giving me way more stress than I wanted. So if you are feeling the same way, if you are completely burnt out and you feel like you don't love your job, that you're not in alignment with it, consider if it is where you should be. But on the other hand, if you are burnt out, if you're just overworked, overstressed, but you do love your job, but you once were loved, maybe have a conversation with your boss, see what can be changed, maybe hire more staff, maybe delegate other tasks that you are doing to other people, reorganize your workload, so that you can be feeling not so burnt out, and just more with more time and with more energy to actually do the tasks that you need to do with the best quality that you need to do. And then I would say simplify your work procedures is a very good way to to reduce that overwhelm and to increase that productivity. Because sometimes we overcomplicate, sometimes we spend half an hour looking at an email, thinking if it is the right wording, if it uh, says the message that you want to have across, if it's just overcomplicating. Or we're doing a presentation and we want to make it look pretty, we want it to be amazing, the best presentation ever, and so sometimes we just do more work than we actually need to do. And that work sometimes is not even um, appropriate for the task that we have to do. So simplify your work procedures, understanding how you can streamline things that are the same, how you can have a strategy, almost a recipe for yourself. If your workplace doesn't have already those standard operating procedures, create one for yourself and create templates, create things that are going to help you um, do things faster and while maintaining the quality. And then I would say, ask for help. If you need help, help other people as well, because that connection that comes from working within a team can be very beneficial. And if you are an entrepreneur, if you're a solopreneur, if you don't have a team, I would say network, have a friend or have someone that you talk about business that is doing the same thing, and just have that connection with them, because that will inspire you and motivate you to do more. So then you both grow together. um so yeah, and then understanding what time of the day you work best. I know that when I was working my full-time job, I used to wake up at like 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning sometimes, and that to me was not my ideal time to work. I work best at night, and sometimes it's 2 in the morning, and I'm working at the computer. So understanding what works good for you, and I know that the corporate job, it's not possible to really sometimes change your schedule, but um, even if it's not possible to change your work schedule, understand what is the best time for you to go to the gym or exercise or meditate or do things that are going to inspire you and release stress, so that when you actually have to go to work, you are at a better mindset to produce more. So those are my tips for uh, increase productivity, to help you reduce burnout. And then it's really making yourself a priority, making your self-care a priority, because whether you're an entrepreneur or you work corporate, you work 9 to 5, whatever it is, it this is your life, like you're not who you are is not what you're doing, is not um your identity, is not the title, the job title you have. Even if you work for yourself, your business is not yourself, is not who you are as a person. So your health is far more important than any productivity, than any um, results or goals that you have. Because if you are not with good mental health, with good physical health, you're not going to enjoy when we actually achieve those goals. So take care of yourself, um, avoid distractions, become aware of this balance between feminine energy and masculine energy, and create this environment that is sustainable for you. Do your hobbies, go be with your family, your loved ones, your friends. Do something crazy and become almost childlike when you can. Obviously, not at work, but outside of work, outside of that very strong and formal energy, become a little bit childlike, become light and with a beginner's mind where everything is exciting or everything has the potential to be exciting. Just be curious and reduce judgment, because that is really going to help you to release that stress and to release that negativity that can lead to burnout. So that was my tips for today, and I hope you enjoyed, and stay around. Stay around, what am I saying? Stick around for the next episode. I'll see you then. Bye. If you are fully committed to your growth, I invite you to book a free inner peace assessment call with me, where we create an action plan to manifest a life worth living with more inner peace and self-love. And for more inspiring content, follow me on Instagram at Coach Joanna Calado and subscribe to my YouTube channel at The Intuitive Being. I will leave everything in the show notes so that you do not miss a thing. I'll see you in the next episode, and until then, slow down and trust yourself. Bye.